Hello, it's just me. Um, Let me try to reboot my thing. B cannot get it to work, so it may just be me, and she's gonna try to oops, she's gonna try to charge her phone up some. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I am okay. Can y'all hear me okay? Hey, Casey. Hey, Ash, Tatum, Cynthia, Michelle. Who all have I missed? Emily, Jamie, Sugar Booger. I can't believe it either. We're going to talk about that because, hey, Tracker 3. I don't see Ash. Poor B. She's been running all day long and then couldn't get on here. First time here. Well, welcome, Sandra. Welcome. I think this is a good topic. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Rosewater. Till B can come up, if somebody would like to come up and discuss the case or discuss the trial, because I have a lot of opinions. And does anybody have an opinion that would want to come up? There's the link. Hey, Summer. Hey, Diesel. Virtual Asylum. Prancer. It's unbelievable that young witness was murdered. That's why I said in the title, hey, Red Roadrunner. I said in the title, coincidence? I think not. I just don't think it was a coincidence that he was murdered. Did y'all have a good time?
Yes, we did.
Are y'all coming back out?
No.
All right, shut that door. Oh, you said you are?
Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. Today's Timber's birthday, so they went out for her birthday. Welcome. Where is Wendy? I know she's been wanting to talk. I don't know. It was the popo. Amber, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not. I think they didn't want him to testify. I think that his testimony was emotional. Okay. Check my DM. I wonder if they will try to appeal the case. They didn't want him around for a new trial. I don't think they'll try. I don't think they'll try to appeal it because I think she got exactly what she wanted. Because, all right, she got 10 years for murder. I wish B could get up here because she followed this case so strong. 10 years. Okay, it said parole in 5, but with good behavior and stuff, she's going to be out in 3 years. It is crazy. I don't know what to think. His testimony wasn't any different than Amber's. No, but I think that he put more of a human touch to it when he started crying, talking about him singing gospel music every morning. She would be, I don't think she was. No, you're not like Diesel. Remember we talked about it last night. There's something wrong with this whole thing. I've never seen a judge act like that. I'm surprised at the judge because when I looked at the judge, I was thinking she was upset at the woman that shot him. Hold on. Let me shut this door. Here, kitty. That's what I thought the whole time. I thought that she was mad. Hey, Randy, looking forward to your live on this. I followed the case for a year in Australia. Absolutely devastated about Joshua also being murdered. I have followed everything live. I had to go back and watch it because I really didn't get into it as much as B did. The judge is very animated. If you watch her facial expressions, that's what I thought, Sandra. But I think I was reading her wrong. I did. I read her wrong. I was reading mad. I thought that she was mad, and maybe she was. I don't know. She's getting a lot of hate because of the Bible. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think she should get hate because of the Bible. But Susan watched the entire trial. Wow, his videos all over the web. I really thought the judge was mad at her most. Me too, Rosewater. And then she seemed okay with the 10 years, and she seemed okay with thank you, Diane. Hey, Brooke, the way his brother reacted changed my whole outlook. Okay, Brooke, and I agree with that. I do. I agree. But I think the brother is young. I think the brother got emotional. I think I could never be where the brother, I won't say never, but it would take me years. If his testimony was different, Amber said she gave Botham commands before shooting. Joshua said he did not give her any commands at all. Well, Casey, you're right. What he said was it sounded like two strangers meeting for the first time, from what I recollect. He also said, I think he gave away the fact that she did not try to help him once she put 2 bullets in him. I don't think there'll be a new trial. I don't think that was the motive of all. I think they were just mad that he testified. If this is a coincidence, it's a huge coincidence. He wasn't into any shady business. I'm wondering, here's what I'm wondering. If they're going to go back and find some link that they couldn't find before between her and Botham. Botham. I'm probably saying his name wrong. His parents, even though the brother, I know everybody is emotional, and I think what the brother done was wonderful. Well, I don't see how she can appeal it. I mean, she admitted to what she done. Definitely people aren't happy about it. So, okay, yes. Let me give a brief recap. I just got a text. All right, so brief recap of what happened. This police officer gets off work. She goes to her apartment building. And most of y'all know, but I guess some don't. She goes to her apartment building. And she goes up a floor too high, goes into someone else's apartment, thinks she's in her apartment, and puts 2 bullets in him. Yeah, that's Timothy. That's Timber's boyfriend. Thank you. He's a good guy. We love him. So here's my opinion on what she did, because I'm mad. What upsets me, it's not hearsay, it was sworn testimony. Okay. Right. She was busy on her phone, as it's been proved, talking to her, hey, Karen Parton, her married boyfriend. Okay. Of course, y'all know I'm going to have a grudge against somebody that's cheating. Just am. Sorry about your luck. I just am. I wouldn't be able to have been on the jury. Do you think it was murder or a really bad mistake? I think it was both. Lip gloss. I think. Okay, she's talking to him. She puts the keys in, and his door wasn't shut. So she realizes there's something's wrong. But then she hears noise in what she thinks is her apartment. Hey, Moonbeam. So instead of, okay, that's when she made the decision. To me, that's when she made the decision. Even though she thought it was her apartment, she thought whoever is in here that's scaring me, because obviously she was scared to death, is gonna die, because she shot to kill. She didn't shoot to maim. She shot to kill. She made the decision to kill him. Had she been less focused on her texting, less focused on her affair, why did the lawyer announce Joshua's death? Here's my question. Why did the lawyer announce Joshua's death and identity? I don't know. That's a very good question. Hey, Sarah. She could have used less than lethal force. Exactly. She could have. Then we've got, okay, she got 10 years for walking into He's sitting on his couch eating ice cream. Supposedly, she walks in his apartment, supposedly saying, "Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands." Okay. Now, that's supposed, because we don't know if she said that or not. He stood up from eating his ice cream in shock because somebody's in his apartment and gets murdered. Flat out murdered. Spoon was facing the wrong way if he was eating. Okay, well, maybe he was just holding his ice cream. I don't know. But he definitely had a bowl of ice cream, because if you go a year ago to CNN, you can see the inside of his apartment, and you can see his bowl of ice cream with the milk, with his melted ice cream. So he's definitely had a bowl of ice cream. I might add here, my daughter and her boyfriend are both police officers here in Australia. Oh, so you know then, because I had a good friend that's got that knows a police officer, or that has one in their family, and they're taught to shoot twice and make them lethal. Any good police officer would have backed off and called for backup. That's what they're trying to do. So then, exactly. So then she shoots him, calls 911, and says, "I effed up." That's what she said. "I effed up." Then they go on, and now, Botham had a red doormat. She admitted she could have walked away. Let's see. She admitted she could have walked away and radioed for help. She said she intentionally went in to kill. Exactly. So she didn't have a doormat. He did. But she wasn't paying attention because she was too busy. We know she was tired from work. Then she worked out. Then she's texting her boyfriend, her married boyfriend. And so, in my opinion, if she wasn't in imminent danger, she could have just held the gun on him and figured shit out. Exactly. I think she was it terrified her. That's what I think. She said if they said it was dark in there, the only light was from his TV. And I know that I sound like I'm defending her. I think she was probably everything was an afterthought. I could have, should have, would have. But the fact that she walked up and down the hall, which this is what the neighbor testified to, that because she was trying to say that she was kind of giving him CPR. Well, the doormat was a big deal. That's why people wore red. I wish B could, because B knows everything about this. And I'm sorry I missed what Sarah Elizabeth said. Let me find it. Center mass and stop the threat not to kill. Okay. I'm sorry. She had no doormat. No, she didn't have a doormat. She shot to kill, period. Absolutely. So, all right. So then he testified to, he saw her walking up and down, on the phone. She goes in and then she comes back out because she's so distraught. She did not worry about his life. At this point, he is just a mess up to her. That's what hurt me. And that is what hurt his parents. If y'all seen the, if y'all seen the interview with his parents, that's what hurt them, was him being treated like a mistake instead of a human. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like his life didn't matter. He was treated as a mistake, not a human. Then, y'all, okay, think about this. People who text and drive and kill people, they get a lot more time than just 10 years. Exactly, Susan. She was pacing, trying to get a hold of her married lover to have him help her. Yep, they showed that. It is terrifying that someone has absolutely no situational awareness and such a trigger happy finger allowed to be a cop. Law enforcement must be really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I agree. Yeah. He was a silhouette to her, a mistake. Oops, I took someone's life. Get out of here. She should have been devastated. And she should have been immediately, because cops are trained to do CPR. I think someone answer me this. Did she say she wasn't trained to do CPR? Because the other cops that showed up was doing CPR. Wow. Her married lover had killed a guy that stole a candy bar in 2007. She also said, I will lose my job several times. Oh, yeah. That was one of the first things she said. I'm going to lose my job. One of the first things she said. Okay. Why wasn't she trained in CPR? Cops have to be, I thought. Didn't she have the stuff in her backpack to give CPR? She didn't do CPR. She had one hand trying to do chest compressions. She said she rubbed. Now, did she put on a good... Yes, she was trained. Okay. She put on a good act. I don't know. I don't know if she was acting or not. I mean, we could hear the pain, but what was her pain? Was it because he's dead, or because you thought you was going to lose a lot of years off your life? You're only going to lose about 3 years. Good job. Oh, here's B. Everybody cross their fingers. I hear you. Have you heard me run my mouth?
I had to reboot this stupid bitch.
Why don't you need to always reboot it?
I know it, but I had when you'd sent me the link when I was on my way home, and so I didn't have time, so I just grabbed it. And B-Dub's in the kitchen asleep. You know, he's y'all. We think he got bit by a brown recluse, and he's sick as hell and won't go to the ER. So there's that.
I'm so mad at him.
I know. He won't listen. But anyway, so I was listening to it a bit while my computer was rebooting. But continue on. Keep going. You were doing a kind of an overview. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, Andy texted me and said for me to do that because she didn't know a lot about the case. I was just saying, you know, she didn't do the CPR. She said she'd done the chest rub. She okay.
Yeah,
now
she said she did a little CPR. That was her words in court. A little. You know, I've never been able to just do a little CPR, but hey, whatever. Continue on.
Well, that's it. You know, I mean, and okay. So, what is your opinion about the neighbor getting killed?
This is the first I've heard of it. When you told me that, I'm a little shocked. When did that happen? When was he killed?
I believe it was not day before yesterday. Everybody.
Oh, well, think about it. Hell, I had a hell day at work yesterday, and then Friday I worked. So, and then today, you know, it's just been one crazy thing after another. So I have not even seen hardly anything today.
Well, you know, of course, it's been trending on Twitter. I haven't seen any news, but he was shot at the apartment complex. No suspects, but they did see a vehicle. Friday night it happened. Friday night.
Damn.
No, you're not supposed to stop once you start. And you know who I'm talking about, the one that cried when he talked about Botham singing?
The thin little black guy?
Yes. That he had on a Pokemon shirt or a...
Yeah. How was he killed? Shot?
Shot twice. In the mouth and the chest. That's why the name of our stream is Coincidence? I think not. Hey, Shanna. Joshua Brown is his name. Joshua Brown. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't. I think, I think he was murdered, and I think that they didn't like his testimony because I think that he took out the object image and put in a human image of him singing gospel songs in the morning. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but
that is so sad. That really shocks me. I had no idea. I
was shocked. I can't believe there's not been 1,000 streams today about him being murdered because out of a lot of the testimonies, of course, he touched me when he started crying. It touched me. Because, you know, he was just simply talking about his neighbor. They didn't really know each other. Didn't he say they met that day?
I can't remember. I remember his testimony, but I can't remember exactly what was said.
Okay. Pamela said the judge was even surprised that Joshua showed up to testify. What does his murder tell other witnesses? Ooh. True.
And they have no suspects? Nobody?
Shot in the mouth. That is the message to keep others and their mouths shut. Ooh, Lilybug, I didn't think about that. Somebody get Shane Dawson over here. We have a conspiracy. Oh, Pamela said she does. She has a suspect, Dallas PD. Let me read this article. Listen, y'all. People at work, I've talked about this so much. They're sending me articles about it. That's crazy. It says 10 days after he testified in the murder of a former Dallas police officer, key witness Joshua Brown was gunned down at his apartment complex. According to Dallas County Medical Examiner, oh, it's doing that thing where it loads.
Thank you, Lip Gloss. You're so sweet.
She is so
I've
sweet.
missed y'all. I'm telling you, I told Randy about my day at work. Yeah, it has been insane. Yes. And I work second shift, so I miss a lot. So, but thank you for that.
I miss you. But yeah, she had a crazy, crazy day at work yesterday. I mean, it was so crazy that at 7 this morning, she said, wake up. I have to tell you about my night at work.
When 4 staff members get assaulted by one patient, it's pretty bad.
I didn't know if hey, little lady, I didn't know if I was allowed to tell that B was assaulted last night.
Oh, it is insane. Insane.
She'll never eat that pig. What? So the guy
hell no. Yes, his fat ass is in there wrapped in a blanket, sound asleep. Hey, yes, Lindsay.
Right. He's dead. So
how old was he?
Yeah, Cynthia, she said, shit, baby, let me I think he was 23. Did Big Bunk get her gift?
She did, and she loved it, but she's still keeping Kitty. Oh yeah, she got her gift, and she's just so excited. Big Bunk has turned 4. She was actually 4 September 23rd, but we just had a birthday party today, and with little Bunk entering the world, it's all been kind of crazy. And the baby is over 10 pounds now and huge. So it's been fun and busy, and life is insane.
Okay.
So,
y'all.
He was 28.
28. And I just read where it said it has been refuted. Some of the comments in the tweets on Sunday, Brown was not shot in the mouth or head, but was shot more than one time. And many career professionals are hard at work on this case. And
hey, Lacey.
Hi, Lacey.
Yeah,
Lacey.
If that don't get solved though, Moonbeam doesn't think that pigs are pets. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I personally love mine, and my daughter has one too. Loves hers too.
Moonbeam, not pets. Just first of all, Moonbeam. It's a mini pig, supposed to be, and second of all, I would have one in a heartbeat, but I wouldn't get to spend enough time with it, and mine wouldn't be trained.
It's better house trained than my dogs. No kidding. When I say he holds his pee for 12 hours, he holds his pee for 12 hours. I mean, he will sleep that long. He'll get up, go out. He'll be eating. He'll be waking up here in just a little bit because it's almost time to eat. And then he'll go outside, do his business, and he comes back in and lays right back down.
No,
he's kind of boring.
I meant they are food. Well, and so, well, some are. I mean, it's not like that me and B have gave up pork because we love Gemma Bean. Because we have not gave up pork.
We have not given up. No, I have not given it up, unfortunately. Even Gemma has eaten his cousins, unfortunately. He just didn't realize it. And that's horrible.
We're not. Listen, baby. Have we not learned that we don't have to tell everything?
I'm sorry. Somebody will use that.
Yes. Brooke says, in your opinion, could a crooked cop perhaps have hired someone sketchy to murder Joshua? Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because as many good cops are out there, there's probably that many bad cops out there, unfortunately. Attorney Merritt said the medical examiner told him Brown had been shot in the mouth and chest. When contacted by CNN, the medical examiner's office said it has nothing to release at this time. Isn't that funny?
So they're changing their story too, which to me,
they backpedal. They are backpedaling.
That's odd. That's odd. They don't want people to know he was shot in the mouth. Where's his parents?
Well, I'm telling you one thing. Somebody, whoever, had to identify would obviously know, but let them lie on their son, and I can assure you they will shut them down in a heartbeat. I mean, not anytime soon, because they wouldn't be able to. But I would. I'd put them on blast in a heartbeat.
Did you see the interview of his parents? His mom crying her eyes out, saying the least they could have done, because all his parents really asked for was to give her 28 years for every year of his life, because he would have been 28 this year.
Yeah. Actually, he would have been 28 like a week after the trial started or something like that. It was on a Sunday. Maybe the 28th of September the 29th of September, something like that. It was the end of September. He would have been 28 years old. And the trial had been going on, I guess, at that point, maybe a week. And that's what the parents asked for. And that's what the prosecution was going for, was 28 years. But the thing about it is, in 5, she'll be up for parole.
Listen, Rosa Mia says, B, I think that pig brought the life back to you. You had such joy when you held it. Listen, she had the same look on her face when she's holding Lil Bunk that she did when she held Gemma Bean when he was a baby. She tasted me and said, I'm in love. Do you remember that? You said, I'm in love.
I love him. And he's so ornery. I mean, he's like the most orneriest pet I've ever had. Like, he don't give a shit. He weighs 200 pounds and is fixing to lay on your feet. He don't give a shit. You are expected to move out of his way.
Okay. The one says, I'm a federal agent and I know that Amber Guyger was wrong for killing him. Of course she was wrong for killing him. And had she not been sexting, he would be alive. If you're texting and driving and you accidentally, which it's an accident. If you're texting and driving and you hit somebody, that's still an accident. You get more than 10 years.
Okay, but
go ahead.
You're walking up to your apartment, what you think is your apartment. You see a bright red rug. Before I would ever enter the door, I would be thinking, why did somebody put a rug at my door? Are you that exhausted, according to your testimony, that you did not notice that there was a bright red rug at your supposed door? And then, even past that, when you put the key in the door and it opens, regardless of the circumstances,
even that, because the door was cracked.
Would the furniture not look a little different? Would things around the room look, things on the wall? I mean, surely he wasn't sitting there eating ice cream in the pitch black dark. I mean, there was lights on. I mean, that's my thing. And her own testimony sealed her fate between murder and manslaughter. Intent versus accidental. When the prosecutor tore her a new one, and when the prosecutor said, so when you shot him in the head, you intended on killing him, she said, yes, sir. Okay, you dumb bitch. What you were trying to say was I was in fear for my life. I was defending myself. But she told the truth. She intended to kill him. Well, there's intent. You just admitted it. Case closed. And that's exactly why the jury didn't take as long as they did, I think, my opinion. His television was on. Yeah, see, I mean, there was light in there. You would see a sofa, something would look, even if they were in the same position, I doubt very seriously they had the same furniture.
Oh,
crazy to me.
I mean, when they showed CNN done a tour of his apartment, and it looked like a single man's apartment, and I can guarantee hers was different.
Right. Why
do I keep seeing the same message about me being a racist? Okay, I see why. Do not
I'm
respond
not saying
to trolls. Okay, I think Diane got them. I'm not responding to trolls, but
it must because I'm watching the chat from StreamYard. I don't have YouTube pulled up at all. So it must. A little bit behind. It must. But as I see the message, you're responding to it. So I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, because my computer says 7:44 and the messages say 7:43 right now. So maybe
Can I just say the PayPal link that we're putting up is not mine. It is some guy named Jason.
Jason appreciates you. Jason said, "Thank you. I'm going shopping tomorrow." But remember, she indicated that she smelled the strong. That she sure did. She absolutely did. I mean, did she think that the burglars just were up there, with their feet on the coffee table smoking one? It's crazy.
Right. Jason Rands. Yeah. Sit and reflect for 5 minutes. That I just have to, I think that she said with intent to kill. I think 10 years is bull. I think that, but now I'm thinking, B, that there needs to be more investigation. Since this other guy has been murdered, there's going to be a connection. I think we're going to find out a connection.
I have a feeling too.
So
unless she smokes it, then you know that you are not. And exactly, I can't imagine just I just can't even imagine how it even happened. I get working overnight, like third shift. Your body, my body wasn't meant to work overnight. It just wasn't. I can't do it. Hey, Sigs. But some people are. I've got, my daughter works overnight and she does very, very well with it. I, on the other hand, cannot. I remember when I had to work night shift, I don't remember how I got from point A to point B some mornings. I would be so exhausted. And I thought, this is the most dangerous thing you've ever done. And I was doing it when I was in the beginning, before I took off, when I was taking care of my brother. I was trying to do it when my husband was here, and then I would be here during the day. So I never got really any sleep. So I was doing it. It was my own damn fault. But I work second shift now, and I get that it's not easy. I don't like getting off at 10 o'clock at night, but that's when she got off. And if you're planning to go to the gym, how are you so exhausted that you didn't realize you walked into the wrong apartment? That was also her excuse.
Right. But I'll say this, I think it come out, and I may have seen it on Dr. Phil.
Selena, right. Exactly.
93 people had been going to, 93 people have went to the wrong apartment in that building.
That is crazy.
Yeah, all the apartments are a lot alike. The fact that she was sober, gets me because I mean, drunk, maybe, I don't know. I can see because I've done stupid stuff. That's not it, Diane. That's still Jason. Diane, Jason, I don't know who you are, but you're welcome. The apology came back clean.
Send Randy a Christmas card, please, Jason, with all that money. You know what? What's funny is if somebody has donated and that dude's gonna look at his bank account.
Like, what in the world? His name is Jason Rand, and I don't know where we're getting his link.
Oh, that's funny. It could be just one letter off. That's all that it takes. I have no idea. Hey, Pook Nose.
Pook Nose. Hey, Pook.
Pooka, pooka, pookie.
Okay, y'all, there's my link. There's a link. I don't know what Diane's doing with her life, but
get your life together. That's what my daughter tells Big Bunk all the time. Get your life together when she's throwing a fit. It is the funny, and I have to laugh every time. Get your life together.
I always have to ask, what am I doing with my life?
Tanny Mitchell, my big question is, after the jury found her guilty of murder, did they have fear to impose, to impose an appropriate sentence in case the same happened to them or their family, or what is happening? That is a great question.
It is. But
I don't think we'll ever know.
In my...
Hey, Brooke, sugar.
In my opinion, and let's do a poll. Put a 1 in the chat if you think she only got 10 years because she was a cop. Oh, Pam, I would not be able to live with myself either. I don't think I could.
What broke my heart is when the brother hugged her and even the judge was crying. I mean, she was wiping when it panned back. She was wiping. Watch that video and cry every
right, Tanny. Right. Hey, you're breaking up.
Single time.
2 jury members said they gave her 10 years because they thought it was what Botham would have wanted because of the way his family described him. Well, excuse me. You know what? I guarantee, I don't know Botham, but I can guarantee you he would not want her to only do 10 years because he was sitting on his couch eating his ice cream in his own dadgum apartment. I mean, I can just almost guarantee. I'm telling you, something happens to me like that, just know if they only get 10 years, y'all better be protesting. That's not what I wanted.
Right.
Because he wanted to live.
Okay.
I thought Huggin Fiasco turned the court law into a circle. See, I feel different about the brother. I think he's young. Is he wanting to? He's going to go viral. He's going to be looked at as a martyr. But the family's mad at him. You could see on Dr. Phil. Did you see that episode?
When was it?
Right. Friday. They were on Dr. Phil. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I was at. Yeah.
Okay. Friday, Dr. Phil.
I was at Monday morning. It'll come on Monday morning. I'll warn him.
And you could just see the family is so broken. Of course they are. Are you talking?
Wait
a minute, you're breaking up. Or am I breaking up? Which one of us is frozen?
How about now? Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. I took
my
AirPod out. So,
but I can hear me.
My AirPods. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. I have an echo. Damn it.
Okay.
See, I don't know how to fix.
The cameras were not streaming as a trial. Apparently, brother is one thing, but the judge, I think the brother was just emotional. I don't know what I think he was emotional. And I think the brother is going to wake up one day and probably, Phaedra had to drop it. She'll be right back. I don't know. I think, well, he said, though, that he only spoke for himself and not the family. I was immediately watching with fear that he will regret what he did. I don't know. And, well, he says he doesn't regret it. I think that's what he said on Dr. Phil. He done it. And we don't forgive for others. We forgive for ourselves. And that's what he's doing. And I get that.
Is that better?
Yes.
Can you? Okay. It's raining here. So, my Wi-Fi is the worst Wi-Fi in the universe. So I'm sure it has something to do with the rain. It don't take much. She will keep that recording for her first parole hearing too. Tally, you just said what I've been thinking this whole time is she, even though it was emotional for her too, she is loving that because she thinks all given. Nah, bitch, all is not forgiven.
No.
You take one of mine? No.
I would love you.
Dollar General. Hell.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Well, no, right. But when she goes for parole, they're going to say she was a cop. She was a good cop. She done her job, blah, blah, blah. She's going to get out in 3 years.
She was only on the force for what, 4 years?
I don't know.
Isn't that right? I think it was 4 years. I think the brother was just trying to find a way to deal with his pain, and the church teaches that forgiveness is the road to healing. I agree with that.
Whenever celebrities get involved, I tend to think bad things. Just like, which celebrity did I see that is getting involved, trying to get, and I know you're going to disagree with me, B, don't you do it, with that that Brendan or Brandon Dassey, they want him out of prison.
He needs to be out of prison.
No, we don't. No.
You still think he had something to do with that?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think that even though he is touched a little, I think that he, I don't know. I don't know. I think, no, I don't think he should get out yet. Not yet. If they're going to let him out, you let the Menendez brothers out. Why's nobody fighting for the Menendez? Did you just cuss me?
I did not know the judge hugged her too.
I didn't say that. Diane, that is not my
Give it up. Give it up.
God love Diane's heart.
Unprofessional of the judge to hug her. Judges are supposed to be, damn it. Hang on, let me go up. Are supposed to be neutral. Can you imagine the judge hugging Jodi Arias? No, I cannot.
No, I bet she wanted to stab Jodi Arias, but no. And her giving her Bible, I can say that. You know what I hope? I hope Amber reads that Bible. That's what I hope. I hope she reads it and tries to understand it. Guilt and regret are a hell of a sentence if you have a conscience. True, Sandra. That's a good one. Jennifer Custer, we adore you.
Oh, Jennifer. Yeah, what has transpired this week, I've pretty much missed, unfortunately. It's been crazy this week.
I've missed a lot too. And tomorrow I work 10 to 8. If y'all are gonna pray tomorrow, because I hate working 10 to 8. Did it tomorrow,
but I've got to.
Maybe, Lynn. 10 to 8. 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 10 to
get beat. Hoped her boyfriend and wife whooped. I do too. Oh, yes.
Well, I missed it.
She said, I hope her boyfriend's wife whoops her ass the day she steps out of jail.
You best believe. You best believe.
But you know, they are not, when she gets up for parole, they let her out because she has to serve 5 years. She has to serve 50% of her sentence. When she gets out, I'm telling you, it's going to be hush hush. They're going to let her out at like 1 a.m. So no news media will know. Nobody will know where she goes back to. Because let me tell you something. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to whoop that ass.
Yep. I guarantee you, they would be coming out with, when she would walk out and she would get in her car with 2 black eyes, a broke nose. No way. 10 to 8.
Thank you, Pooh. We try to do them. We used to do quite a bit of these. We used to do a week. And I try to do that.
Yes. And we still haven't done. I set it up once, and for something happened, somebody went live and we took it down, the Aunt Diane thing. Because Andy texted me the other day and she's like, when are we going to figure out what happened to Aunt Diane?
It's a bad thing that happened, but it was not that she was after this man. It was a bad mistake that she made, and they had a little compassion for her. You're probably right about that too.
Yeah.
And you know, there's part of me that does, part of me is like, I can't. Then around to earth, you're correct. Yeah.
Are we promoting violence? Christy, let me answer you. Yes. You cheat. If my husband was to cheat on me with a woman, I promote violence there because I'm going to beat his ass and her ass, and then I'm going to set them up in an apartment because I don't want either one of them. That's what will happen. Yes, beat their ass.
People are so silly.
Yeah, I know. Promoting violence. You need to beat your husband, not the woman. If she knew he was married, if she knew. If she didn't know he was married, hey, it ain't her fault. But if she knew, which Amber Guyger knew, because she said on stand she knew, she needs her ass beat.
Good night, Pooh. Thank you for coming.
Little Joe Clyde case.
Karen,
okay, Little Joe Clyde.
My uncle was murdered when I was 19. He was shot and killed. He was the father figure because, you know, my dad went around when I was young. And I still have a hard time with that. I went to the trial, sat in that courtroom, looked at the murderers, listened to their bullshit come out of their mouth. And being 19, young and stupid, it was so hard for me not to want to come across that, whatever you call it, that little wooden thing.
Yeah.
And it was all the way in Nashville because it turned into a federal crime because of it was also breaking and entering and robbery. Anyway, it was crazy. The boyfriend has kids too, really?
So, and I think that if her mind had been where it should be, which was getting home when I get off work and I go to the gym, like I go to the gym.
Same.
As soon as I leave work, I drive. I drive 5 miles over the speed limit sometimes to get home. I can't wait to get home though. And if her mind had been where it should be, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. We'd be on here talking about something else. That's what I think. So, and he would be alive right now.
It's crazy. You know, the wife of her lover did a little jig. Hey, Andrew. Agree. It is because I think I would.
I thought my husband was going to jump over and get my son's murder if looks could kill. See, somebody killed. That's the thing. That's if somebody killed one of my kids, would I be able to get up there and get on the stand And exactly, Pam. No, I wouldn't. I would want her. I think I would want her gone for good, forever, off the earth. Or him, whoever killed one of my kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Leanne, I can't imagine.
I remember how my grandparents were, but I can't. I can't imagine what I would do. I don't know that I could hold myself back.
No.
Oh yeah, Leanne.
And good, you kept it classy, and I think that's wonderful. I think that it's just the mindset that you're in, and today I love him. Tomorrow I may be mad at him, and she can have him.
Tanny, thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you, Tanny.
Carrot Top, I find it. Where'd it go? Damn it! It jumps so much. That's the only thing I don't like, and then it's gone. I find it hard to believe that she went into the apartment not knowing it was hers. You should realize the minute. See, that's what I've said. Yeah. And the red doormat outside. I can understand if she went into an apartment without a doormat, then she could think, well, somebody stole my doormat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shell. Somebody stole my doormat. But are you gonna think somebody put a doormat in front of your part? That's just crazy to me.
No, I couldn't be civil if someone hurt one of my children. No. You show up right for your kids' sake. Well, my kids are grown. They'll be all right.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Show up.
I think it means like you don't whoop their ass because for your kids' sake.
I don't know. I think my kids would almost be shocked if I didn't.
My kids would be shocked if I didn't. My kids would be disappointed in me if I didn't. And so would yours be. But here's the thing.
I'm a little redneck when it comes to that. Matter of fact, my youngest was shocked that nothing more transpired yesterday.
Yeah, I am too, actually. I'm proud of you. I'm proud.
I think I was just so shocked by it all. They said the lights outside the doors were motion censored, so it was lit outside. Also, Sandra, did you see where they showed her pacing? It was an outside camera. I don't know if it was one of the apartment cameras or a business like across the street, but you could see her outside pacing back and forth on the phone. And they said at that moment, according to the timestamp on that camera, that's when she was talking to the boyfriend. She had already called 911 and she was talking to the boyfriend. And it wasn't but just a few minutes that, her fellow officer showed up. And then you see their body cam being used. And they did CPR, and which that's, what they're trying to do. But it's just, there's so much craziness with this trial. So much craziness.
Yeah. And
it was sickening, how she could just I've never shot anybody. I'll just put that out there. I've just never shot anybody in 51 years yet. So I don't know what I would do afterward, but I would hope and pray I wouldn't be calling anybody on the phone. I'd be waiting on somebody to get there. I'd be so scared. I can't imagine, but I don't know. And I don't think I'd be calling my married boyfriend though.
No, I don't think that he would have been the last person on my mind, even though, but what she said on the stand, my partner, he's my partner, and wasn't he her police partner or whatever? The other police officers responded, began CPR. Yeah, they're the ones that began CPR on him. And I sat there and I thought to myself, I hope nothing like this ever happens to me, because I do feel like, hey, Punky B.
Hey, Punky B. Yes, Leanne. That's exactly what I was thinking. She should have called her superior, her lieutenant, whoever is directly above her, and said, look, what the fuck I just did. But however she had to talk to him.
Yes.
But that's who she should have been calling.
But one of the first things, and I think we're allowed to play the 911 call. One of the first things she says is, I'm going to lose my job.
Look at that. CE just wrote. Go up. Hang on. Said this another conspiracy, but I'm gonna see it.
Read it out loud.
Okay, with this witness being killed, what if Amber or the boyfriend were in the pockets of someone else? What if Botham was a mistake killing and the real target was the other kid? Could explain why Amber said effed up over and over. How long has the affair been going on? I don't know. That I don't know. But, you know, it's, I don't throw anything out the window in this day and age. I really, really don't.
I'm going to try this, and I may not be able to do it, but.
Kristen, I'm the same way. I've went to even though you don't have to have a concealed carry permit in my state, I do have one. I went to the class. It was a 3-day class here. We had to go to the firing range and all that stuff.
Can y'all say that?
I never, ever have to use it. Huh?
I can't say this. Can anybody say this?
I can't say it.
Off-duty officer who shot and killed her neighbor in his own apartment.
Amber Guyger was an off-duty police officer arriving home after a long day of work sometime around 10 p.m. Her neighbor, 26-year-old Botham John, was in his apartment. Exactly what happened next is still a mystery, but what we know is Guyger went to John's apartment. She says she thought it was hers. When she saw him, she fatally shot him. The aftermath of that moment captured in this video. The incident sparking questions nationwide about race, police transparency, and an officer's use of deadly force. And now, for the first time, we're hearing Officer Guyger's.
Can y'all hear that?
After shooting John.
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
An attorney for John's family listening with us. The audio obtained exclusively by Dallas station WFAA.
All I can imagine was Botham on the ground, taking his last breath. And that was very difficult for me.
Okay, we have help on the way. I know, but I'm going to lose my job. I thought it was my apartment.
In the recording, Guyger can be heard growing increasingly distraught.
Oh my God, I'm done. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Hey, bud.
Guyger now potentially facing prison time. John's family left in anguish.
She took my life away, like my very own life.
While the community grapples with unanswered questions.
We're still dealing in America with black people being killed in some of the most arbitrary ways. Driving while black, walking while black, and now we have to add living while black.
Sparking protest over what some say is a lack of transparency coming from the Dallas Police Department in the wake of the shooting.
All right, let me see if I can stop screen sharing now. Okay, now how do I stop?
Nothing comes up on the screen. We just heard the audio. So I don't know.
Oh, I think it's because I didn't click something, but no, I don't think it was a racial shooting. I just don't. But y'all can hear her saying.
Simply, Bonnie, I agree.
I don't know if it was any other person.
I don't know if this is any other person who wasn't a cop, they would get life in prison with no questions asked. I agree.
Yep.
With no possibility of parole. That's what
I thought I was screen sharing up a storm, but y'all, at least y'all can hear it. So there. But as you heard her, how many times? At least twice. And that wasn't the whole call. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my job.
Did somebody wrote up here that I think it was Beth wrote that where was it? I don't know. I guess it was the Federal Order of Police, whatever, for Dallas. Maybe they paid her bond, and did they pay for her attorney too? Oh, Karen said she didn't even have to pay restitution to the family. Was it? Did you the one that said that? I don't know. I can't go back up, but
He doesn't have to.
Doesn't even have to pay restitution. They usually they say that is done while they're serving, something like that.
Well, what they can do is go back and sue her for wrongful death. And that's exactly what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will win. And if I was them, I'd go for $28 million. That's exactly what I would go for. I say they'll get it, especially with it being so now a high profile for now this witness has been murdered. I would absolutely do a civil trial. Absolutely. Because I think she needs to suffer more.
The Federal Order of Police provided the attorney also. So basically, she is out no money other than no job.
Yep.
And being locked up, and she'll be a convicted felon when she gets out. But she'll find a job. There's plenty of jobs out there.
Absolutely. And no, they'll never get the 28 million, but anything she makes the rest of her life, they'll get a portion of. And that will never let her forget what she did, because I think and somebody said this, and I'm going to agree with it. Had he been white, she wouldn't have been so scared.
I agree with that. And I also think that somebody said they're taking it to civil trial. When somebody commits murder, and this is just me being a petty bitch that I am, I think they should wallpaper the wall with pictures of that person or persons that they've killed, of good times, bad, and then their autopsy photos. I think they should have an entire wall wallpapered. And I think they should have to look at those pictures every single day in their little 8x8 or 6x6, whatever, how big a cell is. I just think that should be part of the penance.
Do you think that's not already in her mind? I think no. I think what's in her mind is, I only got 10 years. That's what I think is in her mind. Now, I could be wrong. I think she's sorry, but I think she's feeling relieved. That's what's in her mind. Yeah, and audio. I always think audio. They should play their voice and hear it. Make that person human instead of just an object that was laying in the floor that she was walking around.
Yeah, him singing whatever they have of him with his voice on it. Absolutely. And because, when my uncle was born, my mom's the oldest, and then he was right underneath her. They were like 13 months apart. And when he was murdered, we had a lot of, back then it was cassette tapes, okay? But he could sing so good and play the guitar. And
Oh, too sugar.
I wish it was piped into their cell, which they're all out now, because that was however many long ago, 30 something years ago. But they're all out now. But I would have loved to pipe those tapes in. They had to hear him sing, because they didn't even know him. It was just a random robbery shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Even the defense said he was an outstanding young man. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he an accountant? I think so. Christmas cards with his face and voice. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I would do that. I know while I was the grief that when you see the Dr. Phil, you're going to see the grief of his parents. Just, it's just so, it's pitiful. It's so sad.
Sandra, you might be right. She said she don't think the lock malfunctioned. She thinks he was getting up to see who the hell was like putting their key in the door. And at the, as he was pulling it open, she was pushing it open and grabbed her weapon at the same time. And I think it all probably just happened so fast. Accountant and youth pastor. See, if no one knows how to correctly do CPR, just do chest compressions and continuous. Absolutely. And, that's what they're teaching now. It's been so many years since I've done CPR because I haven't, worked in so long that when I had to take my CPR class last year, I was surprised at how much it changed. And that was one of the things is you no longer have to do rescue breathing, but that's not as important as the chest compressions. Why wasn't she saying on the 911 call? Sorry, yeah, right.
Well, she did say, what did I just, because it had the words right up, hey, bud, something like that. I think she did kind of talk to him. But then she got to flip him again. They were made the murder mail $1 and a sorry letter to every day to the family so they wouldn't forget what they did. There you go. But what's an I'm sorry with no meaning behind it? It's just words. The locking mechanism.
So it was like an electric kind of lock?
Yeah, they had those key fob things.
Those little push button, like you put in a code or something? Or was it a clicker kind? I'm shocked at all the fancy door locks now. Our house is 25 years old. And just looking at all that stuff, and like on my daughter's house, she's got one of them fancy locks. And I'm like, damn.
Well, I'm impressed. But B can pull up. I'm still impressed that now B can, and we can do this at work, but B can pull up on her phone security system and look at what's going on in her mother-in-law's house. That's cool.
Yeah. We've got those.
We've got the training
cameras. Then we've got cameras in her home, and especially if she's over here, and the doorbell goes off, then we know definitely somebody's not supposed to be there. So yeah, it's crazy.
Bob that enters the lock and then registers to open, and yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he did get up to see. But, and the neighbor testified, he didn't hear her saying, let me see your hands, let me see your hands. And that's what she was saying. She said, let me see your hands. And he didn't hear that. It was
Thank you. Zams? I can't pronounce. I like that name. That's crazy. I just think there is so much more to this case. I don't think we'll ever find out. Because I think there's always a huge cover-up when it comes to a police shooting. I just do. And I back the blue. Know that. I back the blue. I have one in my family. But I just think that there is a huge cover-up when it comes to, especially in a death.
Oh yeah, they're like a brotherhood that comes together and they got each other's back.
Absolutely. Yeah. They were having a conversation when Brown heard them talking. Oh,
that's what he said. He said it sounded to him like two strangers talking that did not know each other. That's what he said. And
that's
huh? Where do you have to go, Andrea?
Probably to go poop.
You got poop. Y'all, Andy's prune juice kicked in.
Pray for Andy.
Prayers. Yeah, you're right. You was roboting a little bit. Now I can hear you.
You know what's crazy is the other night when I tried to get on my computer, I had no internet service and it was not a cloud in the sky. It is literally pouring down rain and my internet has not gone out one time. Now, since I said that, it will go out, but it has not gone out.
On her word, and she lied on the witness stand under oath. I think she lied too. I think that I do. I don't think that she was completely honest. If she was honest, she would have said, I don't know. I don't know what she would have said. I don't know. The door to swing shut couldn't have been ajar. But I don't know. They said that he left his door cracked a lot. Didn't they say that?
Somebody did say that. I remember hearing that now. I don't know who though. Or maybe if that lock mechanism, if it shows when it's locked, unlocked, closed, and open, that may have showed that it was open quite a bit. And
then the mother of the guy that got killed said he was scared ever since then, because he said that could have easily been him, because she could have, if she was turning the other direction, I think he was right across the hall, then that could have been him.
Right.
So,
hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
Tracker 3 said the lock was torn up. No, I don't think so. I think initially there was several things being said that the lock mechanism didn't work, or other people's keys would work on other people's doors. I think there's been several stories told, and actually testimony to that effect, because I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he was tore up. He was
over by the back door when she came in. Hey, Sandy Law.
Hey, Sandy Law. So good to see your pretty face.
Exactly, Sarah. That's what I said earlier. When the prosecution asked her if, he asked her, he said, where are y'all trained to shoot? And she said, center mass. And he said, are you trained to shoot to kill? And she said, no, we're trained to shoot to stop a threat. And then whatever means necessary. And then he said, so when you shot him in the head, you intended to kill him? And she said, yes. Yes, sir. Well, you just sunk your fate from manslaughter up to murder, because manslaughter is you did not intend to kill them. You were defending yourself and they died, basically.
Right.
And so her attorney didn't do her any favors when they allowed her to testify, but obviously didn't go over everything. If you're asked this, say this kind of thing. And like when my mom had to testify in my uncle's trial only as a character witness, and she knew ahead of time the questions, not from the prosecution per se, but she did from the defense, which would lead up to, the prosecution case, or for the prosecution, not for the defense. Excuse me, I said that backwards. She knew theirs, but the defense really didn't tear her up, because how are you gonna go against the victim but they do. A lot of trials do that. They paint the victim to be this horrible person. Yes. And in this case, they couldn't do that with him, because he just wasn't that. They could not paint him to be this horrible person that, came at her to harm her or anything. So,
right.
That's true. The kids had very little to help her on. That's true.
But to get 10 years for murder, I find crazy.
I agree.
Love you too, Diane.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do. It was insane.
They tried to
she sunk her own ship.
Yes.
The beginning seems like so long ago. Hell, wasn't it like a month ago almost? They may have tried to make him out to be a villain. I honestly can't remember. I can't remember opening statements anymore. You know, what they said. I usually try to go back and listen to the opening statements and then the closing statements, because to me, that obviously wraps up the whole trial. That's what it's supposed to do. And I didn't do that before tonight, but I'm not surprised.
I think she was certified in CPR, but she said she forgot all her training. And I can see that too. I mean, I can see being so upset that you don't know what to do, but I can't see prancing up and down and not helping him. I just can't.
Right. What did, shouldn't, yeah. Hey, Sesame.
How are you?
I just have a feeling that as time goes on, it is, I think more will be revealed in this case. I think because people are not going to stop talking about it.
Yeah, she said she never done on a live person. Well, that would have been a good time to start. That would have been a good time to try, in my opinion.
Figure it out. If somebody's dying, you figure it out, and at best, you pray that it helps.
Me too, Selena. Yes. Randy and B and everyone. Nice to meet you. Stay blessed. Always be happy, dear friends. God bless. Well, same to you, Zams. Thank you.
Same to you. Thank you for coming in. She wouldn't be bothered with basic CPR. Exactly. Woman who recorded egg patient on the balcony has since been really
fired. What did she do? Fired from what?
Or are they just saying that and she's in some kind of protective custody? Because when you know, whoever was recording or whatever, and they put her name out there, don't you know that somebody, especially after the neighbor has now been killed, even if it had nothing to do with that,
right?
You know that anybody associated with that, they've got to be looking for some kind of protection for. They have taken all of Bunny's means of making money. Wow.
But what did she do for a living? How could she be fired?
She worked as a pharmacy rep. That's a great job.
Yeah.
And it's a hard job because everybody knows everybody in those jobs, especially in a big town. All the other drug reps know the other drug reps when they come into a doctor's office. You know, they all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll have to move to get another job. That's sad.
Spirit, where's Awesome Hooker? We want Awesome. I don't know Awesome Hooker.
I've heard the name, but I don't.
Yeah, I've heard the name, but I don't know her. I've never been. I don't even think I've been in the same stream as her. Too much attention. People kept asking their call. Oh, I see. Sorry, wrong chat. Yeah, Spirit Assault. Probably wrong chat.
A lot of people have done that. They'll be watching two chats at the same time.
Oh, I've been doing that and typed in the wrong one before. And I've been texting somebody and answered the text in a chat. I've done that.
Nerd.
I know.
But you know, it didn't surprise me because that's not hard to do. You know, especially if you're on your phone watching something and then you get a text and you read it when it pops up on the screen instead of actually going to the text message.
Yep, that's what I've done.
That happened. That's funny.
Okay, Amber. I mean, Randy.
I agree, Sandra. I agree.
African. Okay, there's an interview with Bunny. Okay, I haven't seen her. Did she even take the stand?
I remember reading an article. But Bunny, that name doesn't sound familiar though for some reason. But I remember there was somebody that did tape it or taped her outside. That was a different angle.
Hey.
Yes, Cynthia, that was okay though.
Yeah. She said, "Oh, I said it don't matter."
She was just a text to Randy and sent it all to me.
Yeah.
She is in hiding. There's an interview with Bunny on YouTube. I guess if we look at the thing and then put Bunny out beside it, it may come up.
Yeah.
That is really, really sad, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure in a case like this, I'm sure the jury was sequestered, but, you know, people see them coming and going. You know, they're going out a side door or back door, get into a van to go to the hotel room or whatever the case may be. I can assure you people, and some of them probably bragged about being on the jury. You know, that's hell no. I wouldn't have said anything.
No, people trying to talk to you about it. But I wouldn't be a good jury member because I run my mouth. I know that about myself, that I would run my mouth. I would call B and say, "Listen, I'm on this jury and I don't know what to do. What do I do?" That's exactly what I would do. You don't trust me.
Lip gloss probably because it was some troll account, and when they do the playback, they don't want people to see that they were here. I don't know why people do that, but I've seen other people do that too.
Really? They retracted all their messages, all their stuff?
They retract all their messages, and then when somebody watches the playback and does the comments, the live chat, it won't show up.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Anthony, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, she was released at night, yes.
And that's what I think is going to happen to this one when she, Bunny Babs. All right, I'm fixing it. No, I don't even have my phone. It's on the chair. I have a feeling that Amber is going to be released in the wee hours of the morning, and nobody will know the date except for whatever family, lawyer, whoever comes to pick her up. I think nobody will know but them.
Oh, I recognize her now. Yes, I've seen her.
I have been called for jury duty one time, and that's when my oldest one was just a couple of weeks old, and I was breastfeeding, and I got out of jury duty. I have never been called again, and they usually get it off the voter registration. I never miss a time to vote. And like my husband, he's never been called. And, it shocks me that we have never been called again. Or he's never been called and I've never been called again.
I've been called 5 times. I went once and I just sat there, and then I didn't go back, and I still got a check in the mail. And then every other time after that, I always had to work. It's really easy to get out of.
Leanne, you're probably right. It'll be something very crazy. Some tinted windowed SUV. It'll be something. And nobody will ever know she's in that vehicle.
Well, the thing, Lip Gloss, is we've said that name like 10 times now and pronounced it. So they're going to know that the person was in here.
Right.
Or they can go say, "Hey, they blocked me."
Yeah, that's another one people like to do.
Yeah.
The person was nice. They were really nice. So
yeah. Oh, see, I wouldn't be able. I guess he thought I was too eager. The law is my passion.
Leanne, you're probably right. With my luck, I will. I'll get a summons. And it'll be some crazy ass trial. But my nosy petty ass, I'll probably want to be a part of it. Hell, I'm old now. I'll take off work to sit on jury duty.
Where you live, it would be interesting. Where I live, it's the same people and the same stuff. I mean, Bunny speaks on filming. Yeah, I saw that. Tell Samara.
Well, any big cases here though go to Oxford, Mississippi, to the federal courthouse. So I wouldn't be serving on that jury. So it'd be just stupid shit, drug related offenses here, that kind of shit here.
Have we ever heard? Oh golly, what was the girl's name that was burned?
Telly put in an interview name, Bunny speaks on filming Amber Guyger video, police intimidation and not being safe in Dallas.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna watch that next.
Me too. I can't remember her. Jessica Chambers. Nothing ever came. You haven't heard anything whether or not he's going to go back on trial again or
no. The DA here said that he was waiting on that trial down in Louisiana, and he got convicted of it. And I think with 2 hung juries, I think he's decided not to retry him because it has been coming up on 2 years now.
So I don't think that's going to help her family at all because they need closure.
Right. And there's no statute of limitations on murder. So he could decide in 5 more years. I just don't think there's any more evidence that can be found out there for that case. And unless there becomes some smoking hot gun that appears out of the woodwork, that would be the only reason for him to take it back to trial. Because the DA that prosecuted that case, he's done other high profile cases here and won. And it's just the saddest thing in the world to me.
Yes.
The parents knowing that happened to your baby girl.
Oh, I can't imagine. Golly. Well, y'all, you about ready to wrap this up? I'm starving. I don't know why I didn't eat before we came live.
Well, I ate at the birthday party about 4, but I'm starting to get hungry. Hey, Bridget.
Hey.
I'm gonna see if B-Dub is ready to eat something, if he's feeling up to it, and
tell him I said go to the stupid dog. Jim got bit by a brown recluse on his foot one time. It just keeps rotting. I mean, you know this. You're a nurse.
Yeah. So did they just put him on antibiotics for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he didn't let it go too far. If you let it go too far, you end up in surgery. Yeah,
and having to debride it and everything. That's what I'm hoping is that we caught it, quick enough. And I just think from the poison being in there and the infection, that's what's making him feel bad.
Hey, Sesame.
I need that in my life right now. Nerd.
I love my microphone.
Sesame, thank you. You created a monster.
Yeah. I think our next stream, I think we might need to go ahead and do, because, Andy studied the Aunt Diane thing. I have theories on Aunt Diane. Do you remember because you were breaking up when we talked about it before, whatever happened to Aunt Diane? Oh no, it was something's wrong with Aunt Diane.
Yeah. I'll go back and watch it again, but yeah, I've watched that a couple of times and
yeah,
I have a lot of, I got my opinions, that's for sure. We think it's a spider bite. It's looking pretty nasty.
That is exactly. Read Lilybug. And you know what? He's not going to have a tube out of his head. And that's all I'm going to say about that. He's going to end up with a tube, B. He don't want a tube.
Somewhere else. Oh, crazy ass. I told him I sent you the pictures. He said, thanks a lot.
I said it was sexy after I said, what did I say? Tell him I said, he survived that car wreck to get taken out by a spider. Good way to go.
There you go. Oh, Lord. All right. Yes, we'll do that Aunt Diane case next. We'll try to do it next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. I'm off next Sunday. My schedule's crazy again.
Well, and I'm only off Sunday, Monday now. So
I love you. Thank you.
we'll shoot for next Sunday.
Yes, and B will reboot before we even try, and we won't be late because we know y'all's time is just as precious as anybody else's.
That's right. Diesel Cat, I have. And, you know, our oldest daughter is a nurse also, and she's an ER nurse. So she has absolutely, she's texting pictures, all kinds of crap. You know, it don't get any better than having a wife and a daughter in the family in the medical field. It's funny.
I've got,
anyway,
good luck. All right, y'all. Thank you. I want to do a podcast.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yes.
All right, y'all have a good night and be safe, and we'll talk to you later.
Yes. Thanks for coming. Bye, y'all.
Love you.